Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, as you see right here, after a historic victory at Night Champions, the new World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins is in on Raw. Seth Rollins celebrates his title win at Night Champions, winning the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship of this era. Seth Rollins now officially the new World Heavyweight Champion. He celebrates his victory, and he's gonna do it on Raw. We're gonna talk about that coming up. Also, too, coming up as well, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes speaks. If we get show a picture of Cody, Cody Rhodes speaks after addressing his loss to Brock Lesnar Night Champions. Cody Rhodes addressed the loss to the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar after Cody had passed out at Night Champions, but didn't tap out, but passed out. We'll talk about that. Plus, Money in the Bank qualifying matches start tonight, and we're gonna kick things off with a bang with two Money in the Bank qualifying matches for the men. The Miz, a former Money in the Bank winner, take on Ricochet 1-on-1. Who's gonna advance? Ricochet's been in a lot of Money in the Bank matches, but never reached the big one, the brass ring, the Money in the Bank briefcase. Miz has done it. Also, too, newcomer Bronson Reed gets his opportunity to go for the briefcase as well, but he has to go through Shinsuke Nakamura, who knows a thing or two about Money in the Bank matches. Shinsuke Nakamura gets himself into the Money in the Bank coming up. Well, who's going to advance in these Money in the Bank matches? Plus, the Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line again in a fatal four-way again, multi-woman match. Raquel Rodriguez teams up with Chauncey to take on the team of Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Damage Control's Bailey and Io Sky, and Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. A lot going on. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Raw Ring Report here on this Monday, May 29th, 2023. You're watching a live edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. And we thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. Tune in and tune in right now into the conversation or using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button. As you see those two Money in the Bank ladder briefcases, one for the women, the white, and on the right is for the green for the men. Money, we're on the road to now officially Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank coming your way in London. We'll talk about Money in the Bank in the coming weeks. We'll have the Money in the Bank predict the outcome. We just left Night of Champions, and what a Night of Champions it was. Night of Champions indeed it was. We kicked off the Red brand, the show Monday Night Raw, with a bang. We kick off with this. The new World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins, enters the building. Seth Rollins wearing a blouse or something. Rollins, we'll get to that a little bit later with Cody. Rollins wearing a blouse and celebrating his title win over AJ Styles. Seth Rollins wearing this androgynous outfit. I don't know why he wore it, but it's his prerogative. He's the new world champion, and he's the champion for a reason. Seth Rollins making a point clear that he's going to be a fighting champion, and we're going to see what kind of fighting champion he does. Seth Rollins coming out there to his glory. Well, that didn't stop Seth Rollins till the man he defeated to become a world champion. AJ Styles came out there. AJ Styles came out there to congratulate and extend his hand to Seth Rollins for being the better man for winning the world championship. So that was nice. So Rollins getting a hero's welcome here on Raw as the new world heavyweight champion. Well, the Judgment Day came out there. They want a crack at the world title. I think either Finn Balor or Damian Priest want to be the ones to take a crack at the new world champion. I don't know about Dominic. Dominic's probably not ready yet. But the Judgment Day put up a match saying, "Hey, what about you go against us 1-on-1 in a tag team match?" Rhea Ripley issued that challenge. Rhea Ripley making it seem like she's the leader of the Judgment Day in some way, some form or fashion. Rhea Ripley came out there and it was made official. It was gonna be a tag team match. The Judgment Day taking on the new world champion Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. We'll get to see that coming up. Well, we said Raw was gonna get explosive, and we are gonna kick Raw off with explosiveness. This was gonna happen right here. Money in the Bank season is here. Miz, a former Money in the Bank winner, against Ricochet, who was going to advance into the Money in the Bank. He was going to participate in Money in the Bank. We know Miz has done it before. Money in the Bank, we told you, the briefcase is so significant. Whoever wins that briefcase can be guaranteed to become world champion sometime within the next year. So, hey, Seth Rollins probably got a new target on his back to become world champion with the briefcase. So we'll see. Well, Ricochet got the win over Miz and advanced himself into the Money in the Bank. So Ricochet making the point clear. He's in the Money in the Bank. So Ricochet's in. Miz is out. Miz was a former Money in the Bank winner. What happened? No. Speaking of that, Trish Stratus and Zoe Starks had that new unholy alliance, and they did some damage. They even tapped Becky Lynch. Trish Stratus and Zoe. Trish Stratus came out there to tell the WWE Universe that she told y'all she was going to beat Becky Lynch, and she had some help with the help of Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks being under the tutelage of the legendary Trish Stratus. Zoe Starks feeding the information that she can get one day to become a women's champion herself and becoming Trish's henchwoman to attack Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch getting attacked once again. Becky Lynch didn't really have no chance. Becky Lynch got her work cut out for her, getting attacked by Trish Stratus and Zoe Starks. How they're gonna play out eventually. Speaking of that, the tag team champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, watching on. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the undisputed tag team champions, defeating Roman Reigns and Solo at the Bloodline having their own issues. We'll see that on SmackDown. We know Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens can put that Roman Reigns monkey to the behind them. But they got other tag teams coming after them, probably like American Alpha want to come and get the tag team titles as well. Plus, Imperium wants to shine the tag team titles too. So a lot of teams are gunning for the tag team champions, Owens and Zayn. I don't know what Owens and Zayn going to do going forward, but it's going to be interesting to see. Don't be shocked nor surprised down the road they'll build up Jinder Mahal's team in the Sure to one day give a shot at the tag team titles. That's what they're doing. And the Sure was in action against a bunch of jobbers and just jobbed them and attacked them one left to a right. And the Sure got the win. I think Jinder Mahal has something something in over him with the team or in the Sure. In the Sure in a significant role. And Jinder Mahal has something on his hands with this colossal Indian group team that he found. And the Sure could be dominant, destructive, powerful team that you never thought we see coming. Could one day be the tag team champions down the road. So I would want to tell Owens and Zayn, watch your back on the end of Sure, because they're coming one way or another. Speaking of that, JD Madonna attacking Dolph Ziggler, knocking Dolph Ziggler out. Dolph Ziggler and JD Madonna in a feud, and this feud has got more rage. JD Madonna more like a scientific wrestler, and JD Madonna, I think, could be got on Dolph Ziggler number, even taking Dolph Ziggler down to the ground, the steel steps. Dolph Ziggler kind of feeling the effects. And JD Madonna coming here to not play with Dolph Ziggler. I think Dolph Ziggler now knows that his fun days are over with JD Madonna playing around and stuff. We'll have to wait and see on that. Well, we told you this. The American Nightmare Cody addresses the crowd on his loss to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar made Cody tap out and passed out. But Cody Rhodes back with a broken arm again. He wants to continue on wrestling. Well, Cody put up another issue, another challenge. He wants to go against Brock again. But we don't know when it's going to take place. I'm assuming that Money in the Bank in London. We don't know what this match is going to be. Be anything. We seen them at Backlash. Cody get the win over Brock over a wrestling hold. Brock got the win this past week in and a Night of Champions, making Cody passed out. So we don't know what this third match can be at Money in the Bank. I'm assuming it might be something like a Hell in a Cell or something like a cage match or something. Something that's an ambulance match. Who knows? Might take your opponent to the ambulance or something. But who knows? We could probably see that down the road between Cody and Brock. Well, Shinsuke Nakamura may have earned himself into the Money in the Bank ladder match. We know this. Shinsuke Nakamura was in action against this man, the Colossus, Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, probably Triple H's favorite. Bronson Reed getting an opportunity. Bronson Reed making the most of it. He was close to winning, but Nakamura beat up Bronson Reed and hit the Shinskasa. And Bronson Reed ain't going to Money in the Bank this year. After Shinsuke Nakamura now trying to get his career resurgence on Raw, he's going to Money in the Bank. He joins Ricochet, and they will have 4 others to join him at Money in the Bank in London. We'll see on Saturday, July 1st. That day. Well, also too was another thing. The women's tag team titles was on the line. We told you this. This is the women's tag team title match right here. Chauncey, Raquel Rodriguez taking on Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Bayley, Io Sky, Chelsea Green, and Sonya Deville. Which one of these 4 women's teams will get the women's tag team titles? We saw that Bayley and Io kind of like trying to be on the same page, but this was the ultimate crown, had the ultimate goal, getting the women's tag team titles. Well, the women's tag team titles were online, and we now know who are the new women's tag team champion. It was predicted. If you looked at the description, I made the prediction. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler win the women's tag team titles as a team for the first time. Shayna has been the women's tag team champion before with Nia Jax. Now she's with Ronda Rousey. Ronda getting her first women's tag team title opportunity. So now Ronda and Shayna are going to be the most dominant, vicious women's tag team that we ever seen, holding the gold. Who's going to stop them and who's going to beat them to win the women's tag team gold? It's impossible, but we just have to wait and see and find out. So maybe one day, we don't know, but like I said, that could be a possibility. We know this. Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, and his teammates Vinci and got that dude named Vinci and Kaiser were trying to speak for Gunther after the tag team champions made fun of Vinci, saying Vinci don't never have nothing to say, and Vinci need to have something to say rather than Gunther and Kaiser speaking for him. Well, I think Vinci did get the message from the tag team champions and stuff. Well, it kind of evened things out now that we could know possibly who could be Gunther's next opponent and next challenger. It could be Riddle. Riddle came out there and took task to Gunther. Gunther said that Riddle not in his lead, so we don't know what's going to happen with that yet. But Riddle and Gunther could be a possibility. There'll be a match right there. We've seen Riddle and Gunther fight before in Europe. Now they could bring it back forward now in WWE. I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. Now, what's the main event? The main event of the night was this: Seth Rollins teaming up, the new World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins teaming up with AJ Styles. Man, he defeated to become the world champion at Night of Champions, taking on the Judgment Day. But we didn't know who was going to team up with the Judgment Day, who was going to be. We kind of found out that Styles and the new world champion Rollins found out who was going to be. It was going to be Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Balor and Damian Priest trying to get a heads up on the world heavyweight champion and Styles. I really thought Styles was going to turn on Rollins. Who knows? But that could be a possibility down the road. What could happen? Even Seth Rollins trying to play with Rhea Ripley, the SmackDown Women's Champion, trying to play. Seth Rollins trying to get buddy with Rhea Ripley until Rhea Ripley realized that wasn't Dominic. It was Seth Rollins, world champion. The world champion recused himself away from Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley didn't see it coming. And Rhea Ripley thought it was going to be one of her boards, but it wasn't one of her boards. Seth Rollins hit the stump on Damian Priest to get the 1-2-3. Seth Rollins, the world heavyweight champion, along with AJ Styles, win the match, leaving Raw, closing out Raw with a victory. Seth Rollins as the new world champion, and Seth Rollins did so tonight, proving that Monday Night Raw is going to be his show as the new world's heavyweight champion. So congratulations, Seth Rollins. Like Seth Rollins said, it's his show going forward. So hey, we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, Seth Rollins proved to want to be a fighting champion and want to be a top champion. He did so tonight. Now we're on the road to Money in the Bank. Like we said, Money in the Bank. We have more qualifying matches, and they're going to continue on this week. Money in the Bank next week will be for the women, as Becky Lynch will take on Sonya Deville in the qualifying match. Natalya taking on Zoe Stark. I kind of see what they're going to go with this, and it's kind of predictable with that and how they're going to go. Like I said, you see why they ain't got Zoe Stark versus Becky Lynch. They already said, giving us a telltale sign what's going to happen. Sonya Deville going to advance, and Zoe Starks is not going to advance. Zoe Starks and Becky Lynch are not going to advance in the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. It's going to be Natalya and Sonya Deville. After Becky's going to cost Zoe, going to cost Becky her match, and Becky going to cost Zoe her match. That's how it's going to go. So I can see that being right now, being predictable right there. I don't know why they do that, but hey, it is what it is. It's predictable, and that's what they wanted. So hey, but we'll find out next week in the Money in the Bank matches, qualifying matches next week. All right, we're going to end the Raw Ring Report with World Heavyweight Champion, the new World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, along with AJ Styles, winning over the Judgment Day, and this kick off the Rollins era on Raw for the World Heavyweight Championship. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the follow-up for NXT Battleground for Carmelo Hayes and what's next for him. See you later.